Hello to all our fantastic English learners, and a big welcome back to the Mindful English Practice Podcast. I'm Rose.
And I'm Dawson. We're so glad you've decided to tune in with us today. On this show, we focus on making English a joyful and stress-free journey. We give you practical language tools for your everyday life.
That's right. And today, we're diving into a topic that is close to our hearts, the positive mindset advantage, boost your learning and your life. We want to explore how a bright, optimistic outlook can be the secret ingredient to mastering English and achieving your personal goals.
So, if you've ever felt that little voice of doubt, or if you've been feeling a bit overwhelmed by your language studies, this episode is for you. We're here to share some simple, powerful ideas to keep you feeling energized and totally unstoppable.
This episode is a double win. You'll get valuable listening and speaking practice with natural English conversation. Plus, we hope to inject a powerful dose of motivation to help you embrace challenges and keep moving forward with a smile.
Get comfortable, everyone. We'll start with a short, encouraging conversation packed with useful vocabulary. After that, we'll break down the new words and phrases, ask you a few comprehension questions, and then finish with our popular shadowing practice. Let's learn to think positively, and let's learn English together.
The positive mindset advantage.
Hi, Rose. You seem incredibly focused and calm about your exams. What's your secret?
It's all about my mindset, Dawson. I've been practicing positive thinking. It really helps me manage stress and study more effectively.
Really? I feel overwhelmed when I look at all the material. How does being positive actually help with difficult subjects?
Well, instead of thinking, I'm bad at grammar, I tell myself, I can master this one step at a time. That positive self-talk takes away the fear and makes my brain open to learning.
But what happens when you get a low score on a practice test? I always get discouraged.
I used to too. Now I see a low score not as a failure, but as feedback. A positive person looks at a mistake and says, that's a chance to learn and focus my effort. I just try a new study method.
That's a great perspective. How do I switch my way of thinking like that?
Start small. When you wake up, think of 3 things you're grateful for. And every time a negative thought pops up, immediately replace it with an encouraging one, like, I am capable and I will improve.
Okay, I'm gonna commit to doing that. Maybe I'll start enjoying my study sessions more?
You definitely will. A positive outlook doesn't just improve your learning, it improves your whole quality of life. You'll feel better and see better results.
Thanks, Rose. I feel a burst of energy just talking about it.
All right, before we jump into the vocabulary, let's reflect a bit more on our main topic, the positive mindset advantage. Dawson, what's the biggest difference you think it makes in a student's life?
I truly believe it changes everything. When a student approaches a lesson with an optimistic outlook, they're not just waiting to fail, they're looking for opportunities to succeed. They become proactive instead of reactive.
That's a key point. I often hear from students who struggle, and the first thing I notice is their self-talk. When they replace "I'm not smart enough" with "I'll persist until I understand this concept," their performance almost immediately improves. It's like they unlock a potential they didn't know they had.
Precisely. The positivity actually reduces the mental clutter and anxiety. When your mind isn't busy worrying, it has more capacity to process new information, retain vocabulary, and practice speaking without that heavy self-judgment. It's all about cognitive efficiency.
And it completely transforms the experience of making a mistake. Instead of feeling shame, a positive learner treats an error as valuable data. They ask, what did I learn from that slip-up? Not, why am I so bad at this?
Exactly. So for everyone listening right now, if you're battling self-doubt or feeling the pressure of learning, take control of your inner voice. Treat yourself like your best friend. Offer encouragement, celebrate small wins, and know that consistent, positive effort always pays off.
Fantastic. We've discussed the theory, we've shared the encouragement, and now it's time to equip you with the language tools to put this positive thinking into practice.
Exactly. In this next segment, we're going to break down 4 essential words and phrases from today's conversation. Understanding and using these will not only help you talk about confidence and achievement, but also boost your overall English fluency.
So grab your notebooks or just listen closely. Let's make sure these words stick. It's time for our vocabulary power-up. Vocabulary. Idea. Idea means a thought, plan, or suggestion about what to do or how to understand something. Example: she came up with a brilliant idea for a new app.
Exchange. Exchange means to give something and receive something in return, usually of the same kind. Example: you can substitute honey for sugar in this recipe.
Marks. Marks are the scores or grades you get for your work, especially in school. Example: she always gets high marks in English.
Mentality. Mentality means a person's way of thinking or attitude toward life, situations, or problems. Example: you need to change your mentality if you want to succeed. Now that you've reviewed the vocabulary, it's time to practice speaking. We'll use the listen and answer method based on the short conversation below.
We'll ask you easy questions about the dialogue. After each question, pause the recording and say your answer out loud. Speaking out loud is crucial. It trains your mouth and your brain to use English easily. If you don't know the answer, no problem. Just listen to the suggested answer and repeat it. The more you repeat this practice, the faster your English will improve. Don't be shy. Say your answer with a smile and keep going.
Answer the question out loud. Hi, Rose. You always seem to handle challenges so well. What's your technique for staying so focused?
It's simple, Dowson. I choose to have a positive mindset. When you believe you can solve a problem, your energy and focus increase automatically.
Does that work for learning tough subjects, like advanced English grammar? I usually feel defeated before I even start.
Absolutely. If you tell yourself, "This is confusing," your brain shuts down. But if you say, "I can understand this with effort," your brain opens up and learning becomes possible.
What if I spend hours studying and still don't get a perfect score? I hate the feeling of failure.
There is no failure, only feedback. People with a positive view see low scores as a signal to try a different study method, not a reason to quit. They learn from the feedback and keep moving forward.
I want that perspective. Where do I begin?
Start with your body language. Stand tall and take a deep breath. Then set a daily intention. Say something like, "I am going to make progress today, no matter how small."
Okay, I'll try that. Hopefully, my stress level will drop too.
I guarantee it. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You're already on your way to success.
Thanks, Rose. That really shifts my outlook. I feel motivated already.
Question 1. What is Rose's technique for handling challenges well? She chooses to have a positive mindset.
Question 2. What does Dowson usually feel when starting to learn tough subjects like advanced English grammar? He usually feels defeated before he even starts.
Question 3. According to Rose, what is a low score actually, and what is it not? It is feedback, not a failure.
Question 4. What is the first thing Rose suggests Dowson do to start changing his perspective? She suggests he start with his body language, stand tall, and take a deep breath. Question 5. What is Rose's famous quote about changing your perspective?
The quote is, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." The following is shadowing practice. This is a great way to improve your pronunciation, intonation, and natural speaking speed.
I will read the dialogue one more time. Your task is to speak at the same time as me, mimicking the speaker's tone, rhythm, and stress. Don't worry if you can't keep up entirely. The important thing is that you are trying to mimic natural native speaker language. Let's begin. Hi, Rose. You seem incredibly focused and calm about your exams. What's your secret? Really? I feel overwhelmed when I look at all the material. How does being positive actually help with difficult subjects? But what happens when you get a low score on a practice test? I always get discouraged. That's a great perspective. How do I switch my way of thinking like that? Okay, I'm gonna commit to doing that. Maybe I'll start enjoying my study sessions more. Thanks, Rose. I feel a burst of energy just talking about it.
Fantastic work today. Remember, the most effective way to improve your English speaking is to watch this video multiple times. The more you practice and repeat, the better you'll speak. And make sure to look at the other videos on our Speak Easy channel. We offer lots of lessons designed to help you speak English with confidence.
Feel free to leave a comment or ask us a question. Rose and I are always happy to assist you. Thank you for learning with us today. We'll see you in the next lesson, and remember to stay positive.